I have with me this morning Kadidja Sinz, who is Country Manager for XL Group in France. Thank you for joining us today. I understand that you've been a key participant this morning in one of the big debates on the state of the market. Would you like to explain the key themes that came out from that discussion today?
Yes, indeed, that workshop was led by one of the prominent risk managers here in France, and the idea was to focus on what has happened during the past 2 years in the French insurance market and what has been top of the mind for us as insurance companies, and also the impact it has on risk managers. In practice, we focused on what has changed in the environment, which means crisis, which means globalization, which means natural catastrophes. So it's not been quiet years for the past 2 years. The insurance companies have focused on a couple of items, and I'm going to briefly name 4 of them. One is about capital management, which is important. We need to allocate the proper capital to the new evolution of risk. All the insurance companies have been looking at that. Regulators are focusing on it. The investors are looking at adequacy. And overall, as risk evolves, we need to make sure that our companies have the strength which is needed in this market. We also have focused on analyzing the volatility elements, which are now appearing due to natural catastrophe and which are increasing worldwide. In addition, most companies have looked at the actuarial models they're working with. We have had robust models in the past, but we also see that with the evolution of risk, we needed to go beyond that and do some predictive modeling, scenario analysis, and include further elements in that analysis in this actuarial aspects. So overall, many topics, but the good news is that in the meantime, the insurers have been there to insure risk. The market has found solutions, so there has not been real issues, and that's very important. Now today, certainly at XL, we feel very comfortable with, for example, our property strategy. We have invested in key people. We are leading major programs. We are also opening up to co-insurance. So this is really an important part of what we have been doing, and the investment is there also in middle market, in other areas of the organization, like environmental, where we added 2 people. So really, out of that work, certainly for XL, came a lot of strength. The other part which is really important is the innovation, and that was also one of the key themes. And the risk manager was asking us, where are you going with innovation? Our CEO, Mike McGavick, talks about us being relevant, and the insurance industry being relevant. And one of the items to be relevant is to see where the new needs are, where there is innovation, where there are companies, high-tech, med-tech or biotech, all these companies which are investing in the future. How can we accompany them? How can we help them find new solutions? And that was really also a key element of our discussions.
In terms of innovation, we are living in an incredibly fast-moving world now. It is very difficult to keep up with all the trends. But are you seeing also, the risk managers were asking you how you're innovating, but are you seeing risk management innovating as well? Are you seeing risk managers looking for new techniques and things to...
They definitely are interested in focusing on many areas. On the loss prevention side, they are really adding a lot of features, and that goes from crisis management to understanding better some of the social media risks. Focusing now more on understanding the cyber liability aspects. And for example, AMRAE is now creating a couple of workshops specifically on innovation that was mentioned this morning, and we're very pleased to work with them on the cyber aspects with a group of risk managers who would like to get a focus on that. We have other areas. We also work with them on the liability loss prevention, which is maybe an area which is less known. So innovation in those areas. Innovation also in the claims management. Information is key nowadays. Data mining, getting a wide spread of data, finding new benchmarks, new data points. And here we are really looking to give access really to brokers and clients to the information they have at their fingerprint when it goes to claims management, when it goes to claims information. That's on the other side of the spectrum. And then I would say it's the quality of the dialogue which they find with the underwriters, who are able to do and respond to the daily needs, but also to walk the extra mile, to do tailor-made specific extensions. So I would say at Excel we are both there to meet the needs of every day, but also to focus on the innovative part and the aspects which are really now also key to progress.